All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Take 5 at 5 with me, Jack, your host for today. And of course, this show is brought to you by My Heart Connections. And today we're going to talk about another interesting topic called the power of trust. As we know, this whole week series is to we're actually focusing on how businesses can relaunch themselves post the movement control order or the MCO. And of course, during the MCO period, there has been a lot of things has been going on within businesses and organizations. And right now that we are coming to the end or the start of the relaunch of the economy, a lot of people are questioning, how do we then rebuild the trust in terms of running or relaunch the business to the next level. And here we have with us today is the co-founder of InsightH, Catherine. And Catherine is actually running, InsightH, and they're actually a boutique HR consulting firm that help businesses in terms of all areas of HR. All right, so welcome, Catherine.
Hi, Jack. Thanks for having me here today. Okay. And hi, everyone.
All right, so for those of you who have joined us, thank you very much for tuning in to our show. And for those of you who have been always tuning in, thank you very much for supporting our show. And those of you who are here, please remember to click the like, share, and also remember to comment if you have any questions throughout our whole entire session. And when we have the opportunity, we will take a look at the comment section and we will answer your question as much as we can. All right, so back to our today's topic called the power of trust. So I'm very sure in organization during MCO, there are a lot of probably mini battles that's happening, So right now, last time during the MCO, we don't have to see the person that we are communicating with. But now we have to go back to the office, we will meet the same person again. We will see the same boss again. We will meet the same employees again. So how do we deal with that? Catherine.
Okay. Maybe before I start, I would like to share an overview why this topic come about. Because in the past few weeks, based on my interaction with my clients, my SME clients, and also my friends who are under employment, I can deeply feel their struggle and anxiety. The fear of losing business, the fear of losing job. So the incidents I encountered last Monday actually give me an idea. Maybe it's about trust. It's a good thing to share with our business owner in Malaysia, so that they have to give them some light and encouragement, and also some tips to the employee. How to continue to add value to the company after post MCO.
Okay. All right. So share with us. What do you have for us?
Yes. So what is power of trust? To me, it's the same like respect. You cannot ask for it, you have to earn it. So to me, there are two elements in order to gain trust. One is being truthful, and second is having open communication. Okay, so I'm going to share the story that exemplifies this scenario. A disclaimer, before I start, I already got the permission from my client to share this because we think that it's a good thing to share with all because it's an encouraging story. Okay. Last Monday, I get a call from a client. He called me and shared with me his intention to wind up his company by the end of this year. He continued to share that he has not been able to sleep for the past 3 weeks during MCO. He's like very lost. He's like,
I'm sure there are a lot of business owners who are experiencing that at this current moment. Yeah.
Yes, because this is such a unprecedented, COVID-19. This event is like nobody have encountered this before. So he's still really hopeless that he doesn't know how to continue to move forward after the MCO. So the reason why he called me because he trusts that I can help him on the layoff, the employee separation in a really proper manner. Just that I was really surprised because in January, we were working, together on the 3-year business plan, go global. We were planning, strategic hiring, we also identify some of the talent in the company that how to groom them to take over some of the critical position. But now it's only end of April, last week,
Yeah.
only
And so
4 weeks.
that's the reason why a lot of people say whatever plan that you have before the MCO, once the MCO hit, everything goes down the drain. So every organization or every business owners will have to reinvent themselves and re-plan and re-strategize. Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So to me, I think it's like something is not right. I think he needs some emotional support. So I'm trying to calm him down that, that you are not alone here. You have your team, Maybe don't need to think about the worst case scenario. We have many months to go. Let's have a discussion with your team. I was encouraging him to do that. That you have to share with your team what is going on, what is the challenges the company is facing. I believe, we can get some idea and also good for us to know what is happening, from the ground. Wow. He was really reluctant. He told me, no lah, Catherine, my friend, one of my friend, another business owner, which I do not know lah. He did that because after all the news talk about layoff, retrenchment, pay cut, that business owner also try to do something and get this team discussion. But the feedback from the team was like, boss, maybe you can consider to refinance the factory or refinance your house lah.
Not looking good, right?
So this client, he told me, Catherine, I cannot take this. I have been treating my staff quite well. You know that. It will be really hurtful. To me, yes, definitely, So, but as a HR advisor to him, I have to put my foot down. What is needed, what is important, the right thing to do. Because we have really a solid, data to show that the next 6 months, we need some cash flow. We need to have additional, cash to get through this. Actually, the business, the potential is there. Just this 6 months, we need to work out something. So I give him my reassurance, that you have been treated the people fairly, which I know because I was handling their compensation plan, market data benchmarking. So I also have faith in your leadership. I said that to him, I have faith in your business, your leadership, and your people, because I also get to know them during our HR project. So I said, you have to do this. The communication is a must. And then furthermore, since you engage me to do the, the closing down separations later on, so this is one of the process you have to do. And it's a must law, cannot negotiate. I make it really clear. So he no choice.
So the only reason why he having this hesitation is because he heard his friend who have done similar things, right? And it didn't turn out well for him because, reaching out to the employees and the employees, backfire him, and tell him probably, hey, you are the boss since you own the business. Why don't you refinance your house, sell off, whatever your assets is and try to, take care of your business, right?
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
To those people who are watching us, I saw that, Houston have put up a few people who said hi to us. Hi for joining us, right? Yeah, Candy Chiah, so some must be related to Katrina. All right. So for those of you who join us, thank you for tuning in, right? As we go along in this today's show, remember to type in your questions, or also probably if you have somebody who have met somebody or you yourself were experiencing the similar situation, probably you can also share with us what you have been experiencing throughout the MCO, So Catherine was just sharing with us that one of her clients, before MCO was engaging her to do the 5-year plan, going global, how do they increase their revenue, quantum leap and all sort of things. But few weeks down the MCO, the clients turn to her and say, hey, probably I want to, shut down my business. How do we go about it? Yeah. So what happened then next?
So I become very pushy. I before we end that conversation, I make sure he do that lah. So I said, okay, today is Monday. I give you 2-3 days to settle down and have your own communication with your team lah. I will call you on Friday. I will follow up with you on Friday. So to encourage him. But he didn't. I don't need to wait until Friday. He actually called me on Thursday morning. Call me in the morning, 8 o'clock. Catch me. I cannot sleep last night. I was like, oh my God, what's happened? Say, wow, something happening. I was too excited. This time is like overjoyed. Cannot sleep because overjoyed. Because he didn't expect that turn out.
Oh, wow. After talking to you, overjoyed lah.
Not me, the team. The team.
Okay.
So
wow.
he did that session on Wednesday. Because Tuesday he was pulling all the data to show the financial forecast for the next 9 months, that what are the income revenue, that what are the challenges that their inventory, their stock, their products they cannot send out because of the global, some cancellation and some cash flow that they have to pay in advance because those things already produced for the raw material. Was surprisingly one of the factory technician. He was just a diploma holder in computer science, quite a young guy, 3 years with the company. He volunteered, he stepped forward after knowing the challenges of the company. He stepped forward and volunteered himself to the boss that to share that actually during the MCO, because factory shut down, they all stay at home. He said he has learned up a new skill, e-commerce. He was helping his sister to sell those homemade cookie and cake online. So he find it quite interesting and it's not difficult to do. He was suggesting to the boss that he can take up that to set up the platform for the company products, so that we can generate some cash flow from the end user rather than B2B. Wow. It was like,
wow,
not bad. A good surprise.
Okay.
Not only that, he said, wait, I haven't finished. So I said, okay. So he asked me, you remember we were talking about like having training on lean processes, lean management, but my account girl, 6 months with the company, fresh graduate in accounting. She actually said we have a lot of wastage in our inventory and procurement. So she said maybe this time, since not much order, account also not much thing to do, she want to work out a plan, a procurement plan to help company procure, the necessary material according to order rather than the previous practice just buy in bulk,
Wow. Yeah.
I was like, wow, what a pleasant surprise. Not only that, the last one is really got some more. It's really out of my expectation. The auntie has been with the company 15 years. She's just a admin clerk, like supervisor like that. Because has been long with the company. She quietly, call the boss after the session. She told the boss, said, boss, actually, I got 1,000 subsidy from the government. And then my car loan, the 700, because that's some deferment plan by the government. So the next 6 months, I got 700 extra cash. And then she also said, my daughter's work, they're also doing a lot of like this pay cut, all these things. So she was suggesting to the boss, if our pay reduction can help the company to go through this period. Say, you do lah. I will help you to convince,
Wow.
our staff. Can you imagine?
Wow. Yeah.
I imagine if I were there, I would be like in tears already.
Yeah, wow. While listening to your story, it's so captivating, and after listening to the 3 stories, wow, I also feel that my shoulder just now was very tense. Now, like, oh, lighten down, wow. Yes. All right.
So the moral of this story is like when you are truthful, when you are openly, discussing, communicating with the people around you or your team, you will eventually build trust and bring everybody together. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So 2 things, 2 things that you just mentioned with us. One is being truthful, and the other one is open communication. And based on what you've shared with us, of course, I think that this is a very good case study of when an employer really exercise open communication and really truly reach out to their employees. Right. So those of you who have just tuned in, thank you for joining us. This is Take 5 at 5. Today we are at episode number 9, and we are discussing with Catherine from InsightH, and we are talking about the power of trust. But now let's take a look at some of the questions that have been posted by some of our viewers. All right. So Bakstan is saying, can I say that, the lack of trust is due to one person does not know the level of honesty in the business dealing or like that, inverted commas, of the other person. Yeah, so how to overcome this? Yeah, sometimes when in the business situation, right, when I'm new, especially, but of course your case is the best scenario lah. But if I'm new in the relationship, and I don't know how honest the other party is, so that also determines how honest I want to be. So how do we deal with that?
To me, it's always two-way. If you can demonstrate the trust towards another party, then higher chance to get, the trust from the other party. Of course, I cannot deny that there will be cases, because people, they will have their own different value system. To them, maybe doing business in certain way is the way. We can't stop that. So we have to be wise enough to mix with the wise.
I see. So there you have it. Being truthful and open communication will help you to build trust, which will eventually help you to increase collaboration and enhance teamwork, which is something that we really, really need at this point of time in order to actually push our business forward. It's no longer looking at me, but in terms of everyone's perspective as one to keep the company afloat. Yeah. So we have a comment down there. Singbi is saying, yes, in times of hardship, trust is tested. Right, and good job, Catherine, for encouraging your client to explore options. Right,
thanks,
thank you very much, Cindy. And Niven is saying, it takes guts for business owners to be open and transparent in times like this. Yeah, and I agree very well with you, Niven. Right, well done, Catherine. Yeah, thank you, Niven, for joining us. Right,
thanks, Niven.
Catherine, I was just thinking, right? So, I mean, in business, right, most of the organization, of course, we would want to have the ideal situation as you have shared with us right now. But we also cannot deny that, like even in your case that you share with us, your client, he have a friend who have also done the same thing, but he have gotten a different result, as you mentioned earlier, that the staff suddenly say, hey, boss, this is not our problem. This is your problem. You should actually sell your house, sell your car. We don't care, It's your problem anyway. Yeah, we are here to get salary. We are not here to help solve your problem. So for like your client's friend, right? What will you advise him to do then? Yeah.
Actually, because we doesn't really know the details of how his friends run the organization, it's really hard to give a general comment. But to me, if we have shared enough, the difficult period now, and the consequences to the employee that, yes, it's my problem as a business owner, but 6 months down the road, if we cannot go over it, the company will have to close down. It also means that you will lose your job. Is that something you want, or can we, we are now at the same boat. Can we, take the bike and go together and sail through this difficult together? But of course, the comment from the staff also may not be wrong if they have, if they have this company property or car. But we have to look at the situation now, the value and the practicality. Because yes, the boss can say, yeah, I have 3 cars here. I just dispose 1 car, put it on sales to the agent. But are you sure you can get the cash tomorrow? Normally we know it will take like 3-4 months. And even though you want to dispose your property, how long does it take to get the whole process complete? 6 months. So by the time 6 months, the company already at what stage? So that solution is one of the solutions, but it is not the best one to address the current situation. So we have to do a lot of this analysis to see what are the best option we can do now to address that, to help the company. Because I am sure for those staff that offer the pay reduction, when the company, the business got come back turns positive, I think the boss, and knowing these clients of mine, I'm very sure he will compensate it accordingly. He will pay back. This is what I believe.
All right. So for those of you joining us, thanks for tuning in. Take 5. Now we have episode number 9. Today we are talking about the power of trust. And with me is Catherine from InsightH, right? Do we have any comments or questions? All right. So Edwin is asking, right? Can you share with us how can we stay truthful when there might be bad consequences for being truthful? I think this is a very good question, Catherine, sometimes, right, when business owners, right, sometimes as from the boss position, right, they always reach out, sometimes probably not always, or there can be happen where cases where bosses reach out to their employees and say, hey, I will need your feedback, I need, here I'm doing something called open communication, and yet when the employees start to give suggestion, there might be a negative backlash that could happen to this employee. Yeah.
Okay. Good example, Jack. Okay, 2 things here. Your boss asks you to give feedback, so we need to do this tactfully. Don't just too directly without considering the misinterpretation. We need to do this tactfully. But after we do that tactfully and we get backslash, I think it's time to change your boss.
Wow, direct answer for direct question. So for Edward, right? Edward, I also want to highlight one thing that our previous guest speaker Chiah, which in our previous show on Monday, that he have shared with us, how to give feedback tactfully as well. And there's also a portion of the show that highlight, especially if you are giving feedback to your bosses. So if you are in doubt, right, always use the 3-to-1 ratio lah. Always give 3 compliments first, then 1 area of improvement. Yeah, probably that will be something that can, help you to mitigate that mitigate that backlash lah. At least if you say something the boss don't like, the boss still have the feel good factor of the first 3 nice things that you've said to him or her. All right. Yeah. So thank you very much, Edward, And Catherine, I also want to ask you, the next thing is, if let's say bosses were to start to implement like open communication, like you mentioned just now, right? And they are just at the beginning stage to actually learn how to reach out to their employees. Would the employees feel that, hey, how come this boss during good times he don't ask us anything, or he never asks us, hey, business are so good, how can I reward you? But during bad times, how come he come to us, and ask us to give opinion and how to improve the business, right? So the employees, might feel like, hey, not fair like that. Good times you never ask us, but during bad times you come and approach us. Yeah. So how do we go about this then?
Good question, Jack. Actually, this one is not only about the business revenue. It's about your performance management system. And whether do your company have a proper reward system to your staff? Yes, company can make very good profit, but does it mean every employee will get a good bonuses? Not necessary, because we all know in the company, if we will tend to have employee who have who come in late, who are very calculative, this is not my job, I don't want to do. If you have demonstrated that kind of behavior, how do you expect company to give you more bonuses? Because you yourself do not intend to add value to the company. But I have a client give you a scenario that we have this proper performance management system in place and reward system. So if you have exceeded what are the agreed KPI, and you do not get the reward accordingly, you can step forward, go to talk to your boss. Why am I not getting it? Because I have all the things you have listed down is, I have fulfilled, not only fulfilled, I have go extra mile and complete it. You ask me to bring in 10 million, I bring you 20 million, and the collection is 100%. So these are the communication that we are encouraging our client to do, so that they can engage their employee to have the ownership, to feel that they are part of the company.
Okay. Oh, all right. So this really, based on what you've mentioned here, this really depend on our day-to-day practice. Especially when we are not in crisis, that will determine how much or how well we can do these open communications when in time of crisis. All right, we have a Mui Han who share with us. Whether they can trust the boss or not also can be the other way around, whether the employee will leave after this period, even though the boss take care of them now. All right, so Muihan also share a very good perspective from the boss's concern, whereby, bosses also think that if they were to go the extra mile and to actually help to maintain and secure a job for all its employees, then will these people continue to be loyal to the organization when things are getting better, right?
Okay. To me, actually, loyalty is, my definition is, if you are in the company, you give your best, during that period of time, is also, I would define it as loyalty already. Because just to share more about why our company name called InsightH, because we believe if we are able to understand, your desire, your value system from the bottom of your heart, then only we can support each other to help you, motivate you on your career progression or what you want to achieve in your life. So same things go to this employee. Yes, in the past 5 years, he has been a consistent top performer, but come to this time, after he support the company at this difficult situation, but after that, when the company come back to a good shape, he decided to move on. He want to do something that he always wanted to. I think for this case, we would like give him the blessing, support him, because everyone has something they wanted to do, not necessary that only stay in one company, because you will never know. They want to explore more. They go out. 10 years later, they come back, help you run your whole company with more exposure, more knowledge. Isn't this also a good option? This is how I see it.
Wow. So, Catherine, thanks for offering your insights with us and sharing with us today. And for those of you who have been with us, thank you very much for joining us throughout the entire show, staying with us from the beginning to the end. All right. So, today, Catherine shared with us about two things. One is about being truthful and practice open communication. And this will then lead you to building trust within your organization, and hopefully you will increase collaboration and enhance teamwork, something that is really, really required in today's situation to help organizations to move forward as one. All right. So once again, thank you very much, Catherine, for joining us. And tomorrow, please remember to tune in again at 5 p.m. We'll be having our next speaker, which is Singbi, and Singbi will be sharing with us on the topic of where are my customers. All right. So remember to tune in tomorrow. And thank you very much. Thank you, Catherine, for being with us today. And see you again. Bye-bye.
Bye.